Hello, dear friends, and Happy New Year. I am back with my Advent tags to show you how to transform these into a little concertina journal that you can keep and, look at and treasure. I don't know how many you managed. If you only managed a few, that's completely fine. I have got 12 here. I did 12 in total. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to make a cover for my book, and I'm going to also make a back cover. Now I've got an even number of tags, so because of that I need a front cover and a back cover. If you've got an odd number of tags, then you only need to do a front cover because of the way that it will work out when we join it all together. I need some sort of front cover and some sort of back cover. Now, this is my Christmas pudding box cardboard. So much recycling around at this time of year. So I thought I'd just go and have a little look in there to see if I've got some cardboard. I wanted something a bit stiffer than this, but unfortunately I couldn't find that. So what I've done is I've folded this in half to give it an extra thickness. But if you can find some quite sturdy cardboard, maybe a bit thicker than what you would have used for your tags, I think that is better for the cover. You can do whatever you like to decorate your cover. So you could collage this, you could paint it. In the same way as we've made the tags, you could decorate it with any mixed media that you so desire. I think I'm going to leave this square rather than make it into a tag shape. That again, that's personal preference. You can do what you like. It's roughly the same size as my tags, maybe slightly wider, which is no bad thing. You probably want it bigger rather than smaller. I think I'm probably going to cover this in some fabric to give it a bit more of a kind of book-like feel, and then I'll decorate the front and back. So I'm going to speed up this process of decorating these guys, but the idea is that you make a nice front cover for your journal. Okay, so there's my covers. I decided to stitch around the edge just for decoration, really. That's not necessary. It does give it a little bit more stability. But yeah, you don't have to use fabric. You can cover your covers with paper, maybe some nice wrapping paper you've got left over. You can collage different things on there. I will be adding some things to my front cover, some words saying Advent 2023 and some other little kind of collagey scraps and things, but I'm not going to do that now. I've decided to do that at the end. So the next step is to construct our book. The next thing to do is to decide on the order you want your tags on, and this row up here is going to be on the kind of front, and then these guys are going to be on the back of, or basically it's side A, side B. It's not really front and back. You can see we need an even number, including the covers. So if you had an odd number of tags and you didn't make a back cover, yours would look something like this. But because I had an even number of tags, I need something to go on the back, or I want something to go on the back of this tag. So I've made a back cover as well. Again, all will become clear. So what you're going to need basically is some kind of fabric or ribbon. If you're using fabric, you're going to need a long strip, this sort of width, ideally. And you probably are going to have to sew a couple of pieces together. So just keep sewing them together until you have got basically the length that is, I would say, to be on the safe side, 4 times. So 1, 2, 3, 4 times the length of your book, which is half the amount of tags. Hopefully that is clear. That's the sort of length that you're going to need. Luckily, one of my gifts came wrapped up in this beautiful gold ribbon, which I think is what I'm going to use. It's got some wire in the top and bottom, which I wasn't sure about, but I'm going to give it a go and see how it works. It doesn't have to be quite that thick, you know. If you've got something slightly thinner like this, that would work, but you know, a really thin ribbon is not going to work. So thick ribbon is good. I'm very grateful for my mother-in-law, who always wraps my presents so absolutely beautifully, and I end up with lots of treasures like this to use in my art journaling exploits. So thank you, Mum, that's wonderful. Basically what we're going to do is just stick this ribbon to the backs of our tags. So we're going to start with, let's start with this top row up here. So I'm going to put these to one side. So this is my first side. I am going to basically stick these on here like this, leaving a little gap, probably about 1 inch, I would say. And I'm going to use my Fabri-Tac glue because it's quick, but you could use any strong glue that you have available. And the other thing to say is you need to leave like a really long tail this side. So I don't know, about 1 foot at least, I would say, so that we've got something to kind of tie everything together, like in a nice bow at the end. So give yourself options. So I'm just going to stick these along here like this. Right, I'm going to flip these over and I'm going to stick my other bunch of tags to the back of these guys. So the back cover will actually go on this last tag here. So let's make sure we've got them in the right order. That's going on that one. Okay. I think that was how I wanted them. Right, so I only used a tiny bit of glue to stick on these guys, just to kind of tack them on. Now I'm going to put a bit more glue all the way around so that this is a really, really good stick when we stick the 2 tags together. Okay, so hopefully I've put enough glue on those, and I've also stuck some paper clips on them while the glue is drying, just to get as much contact as possible between the two tags, and I keep pressing them down as well. They're going to take a while to dry, but I just wanted to show you how this folds up. So basically it's a concertina, so you kind of zigzag your folds like this, and like that, to make your little journal. And we've got these two tails of the ribbon here, so I'm just going to take the back one, which I left nice and long, and I'm going to loop it around, and then we can just tie that in a bow like so. Really extravagant, Christmassy gold bow. So that is the basic structure of our little concertina tag book. It's not looking great at the moment with all these paper clips on, and I still need to decorate the cover. So I'm going to let this dry and finish off those few bits and bobs, and I will come back and show you the finished product. And here it is, a beautiful little Advent tag book. I'm really pleased with how this has turned out. Let me show you. So we've got our bow on the front in our gold ribbon, and then if we open it up, I have decorated the front cover, as you can see here. It's just a bit of collage really. I cut out some berries. These were actually on a cracker. There's a tag here that was a Christmas gift tag, and a little tassel that I added. That was on something as well, maybe I think a clothing tag. And this circle was actually a clothing tag as well, which I painted, distressed, add some stars, and added the words Advent 2023. So it's all really sparkly and nice and fun. So yeah, you can decorate your front cover however you see fit. Now, the thing I love about these little concertina books is that you can actually sort of read them as a book. So you can open it up, and there's our first spread. So you can turn the pages like this, like a book. And then you can turn it over. That's the back cover. It's quite simple with a few little berries on. And turn it over, and then you can look at the ones on the other side. What I thought was interesting is that they did actually seem to fit into kind of two categories. One that seemed to be about longing for the birth of Jesus and the presence of God, and then one that was celebrating that he is here. That was our tag inside a tag, you remember? Oops. With a little stamp inside. So each of these tags has its own, well, most of these tags have their own separate video on my YouTube channel. So if you missed any of them, then have a look at the Advent tag playlist. And then we're back to the start again. So you can look at it like that, just as like a little book, but you can also look at them all in a row. Again, you can pull it out and see them all together, and it also stands up quite nicely as well. So if you want to stand it up so that you can display all the different sides, it will also stand up. So it's really flexible in the way that you can look at it and display it. I'm really excited to see if you do make one of these. Then I'd love you to send me a picture somehow. You can email me, you can post a comment on my Facebook page, or tag me at Jenna Art Journal on Instagram. I would totally love to see how your little Advent tag books turn out. I hope you've enjoyed this series. This is an idea that isn't just for Advent. You could do one of these for Lent, for example, or any time of year on a particular theme that you're studying at the moment. Really nice way to both have individual little moments to pause with God and then put them all together in a nice little keepsake like this. So if you've enjoyed it, do give me a thumbs up, leave a comment below. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel for lots more art journaling ideas. God bless you. All the best for 2024, and I'll see you soon.